TIFU by telling my entire college class what type of porn I watch. This didn't happen today, but actually a few months ago during my anthropology class. I was going to post the same day it happened but was still recovering from embarrassment. So, we get to the part of the semester where we're learning about human sexuality. At the beginning of the lecture the professor reminds us we're all adults and he doesn't want any immaturity or giggling during this lesson. For much of the lecture, the room is silent aside from students asking and answering questions. The professor talks about a lot of sex stuff and I tease it with complete maturity. At one point the professor explains how a lot of sexual desires are social taboos. For example, he pulls up recent statistics from a popular porn website. Top 100 searches in the US. Transgender-related searches were at the top of the list. At the same time transphobic bills and hate crimes are at an all-time high in the US. Before moving on to the next slide, the professor takes a quick glance at the list and noticed joy somewhere in the middle. The professor says, "I just noticed this. What the heck is joy?" And me. I love to answer questions first when I know them. So I immediately raise my hand and say, "Jerk off instructions," without thinking about how this would make me look. The silence finally breaks and the class busts out laughing. Thankfully the professor giggled a bit too and no one got into any trouble. Plus he's chill. But safe to say, I was very embarrassed. TLDR, college professor showed us a list of the top US searches on a popular porn site. Joy was somewhere on there and the professor didn't know what it meant and asked the class. I love to answer questions first so I immediately said, "Jerk off instructions," without thinking. Everybody laughed and now knew at least one type of porn I watch. TIFU by buying condoms at Walmart. Matched with a woman on a dating app and we hit it off, so I wanted to grab some protection before I went over there. She lived by a Walmart so I decided to go there. Took a while to find but I eventually find the condoms in an aisle behind lock and key. No big deal, I walk to the pharmacy and ask for some help in health. She discreetly radios for someone to go to family planning and tells me to head over there. I get there, and who walks up but this 400-year-old man named Bernard, who asks which one I need. I point, he nods in approval, unlocks the case and gets it out. I go to grab it and he nopes me and says, "Sorry, but I have to walk it to the front. Do you have anything else today?" I say nope and we go to the self-checkout counter. Bernard fails to mention that it has to get employee approval after being scanned as well, something he doesn't have because he's not on self-checkout. So he hands it to this teenage girl, who turns bright red, and says it's her first day in the job and she doesn't have access. She the NP as the whole store asking for help ringing up condoms in self-checkout. I had to wait about 3 minutes while people stared at me and this poor teenage girl that is forced to hold on to the secondoms so I don't steal them. Moral of the story: go get your condoms in a gross truck stop bathroom like the old days. Much less embarrassing. And #X200B, TLDR, bought condoms at Walmart, entire store radioed and told I needed help checking out. Edit. Holy rap. I never expected this to blow up as ITDID. I turned off notifications because it's my birthday and my phone has been blowing up so many different ways. Thanks for all the comments though, and friendly reminder to all of the YouTubers that are going to try to use this, please don't without my permission. TIFU by selling the Switch my grandpa bought me so I could do something thoughtful for my girlfriend. My grandpa surprised me with a brand new Switch last year. This was 2 weeks before he died. The mischievous smile that he had when showing it to me will be forever ingrained in my heart. My grandpa took me in when he noticed how neglectful and abusive my mom was. He just came, packed my bags and sternly told my mom that he is taking me with and my mom didn't argue. It was the happiest day of my life. He didn't have much but he showered me with so much love. He meant the world to me so that Switch had high sentimental value. It was also my very first Switch. Anyway, I started dating my girlfriend earlier this year. She is my first serious girlfriend and it's been amazing. We are high school seniors but I could definitely see myself marrying her. About a week ago, she wasn't herself and told me that her grandma was in the hospital and she couldn't go see her because she didn't have any money. It didn't look like her grandma was going to make it and she was afraid that she would die without saying goodbye. I spent a few days contemplating on how to help her. I didn't get the chance to say goodbye to my own grandpa because I was at school when he died, so I know that pain. I gave it a lot of thought, then decided that maybe I could sell my Switch. It would probably mean everything to my girlfriend. It wasn't an easy choice but I did it, then gave her money. She told me that she had left and after that I couldn't reach her. I understood that she had a lot going on, so I waited for her to contact me. The following day I saw her friends' IG stories. They were at a music festival hanging out with some random guys and my girlfriend was there. I didn't know how to confront her, so I just blocked her on everything. TLDR: sold a very sentimental item to do something thoughtful for my girlfriend and I regret it. TIFU: by letting my husband grow a beard. This TIFU has been 10 months in the making. I've always hated beards. The look of them, the feel of them, everything. Told my husband I did not under any circumstances want him to grow a beard, ever. To which he agreed. Then I got pregnant. My hormones went wild and when I was about 6 months along, I strongly suggested that he might like to grow a beard for the duration of the pregnancy. He eagerly agreed. A nice trimmed full beard. I loved every bit of it. So here we are, 6 months postpartum. My hormone shave settled, I'm really starting to dislike the beard, and I've asked twice when he might be done with it. He loves it, wants to keep it, so now I have to deal with this monster I've created. TLDR: made my husband grow a beard, and now he doesn't want to get rid of it. Edit to add, yes, I know it's his choice. Which is why I am not insisting he shave it. People are reading way too much into this. I'm not making him get rid of it, or insisting on it. And/or relationship is not in any kind of trouble because of it. The UCK up is that I wanted him to grow a beard, and now he really likes it and I don't love it. I still love him, he still loves me. Everything in the world is good. TIFU: by telling my son to kill himself. My husband, myself and our son are very much what one would call nerds. I love comic books, they love games. Now, we're all on Discord, but for some reason I wasn't on my son's chat thing. I'm not that into the lingo, which will come into play later, so I asked my husband, can you ask him to let me join his chat thing? He did. My son accepted and sent me a cute little gif with some character or something with a sign that said, Nus. Now, in Denmark, KNUS means hug. I found that sweet, so I wanted to send him a gif back. And I found a nice picture of Scout from TF2, a game he plays, with the word KYS on. In Denmark, KYS means kiss. So I was happy with my response. As soon as I sent that response, my husband doubled over laughing. Apparently, my son had sent a screenshot of our chat. And I could hear him racing out of his room to get to our bedroom. And that was when I realized, I was born in 1980. I remember the first Jackass shows. I remember those skater shows, Camp KYS. I know what those acronyms mean. I should know better. Thankfully, he found it as hilarious, as I found it mortifying. TLDR: I forgot internet lingo when chatting with my son. TIFU: by going home without my mum knowing. So for context, I, 16M, currently live with my mum and my younger brother. My mum has been single for a while, so she got into a relationship about 3 weeks ago. I've met her boyfriend like 2/3 times. I'm not home too much. I spend most of the time in a completely different city, not even close to my mum's home. And at first I was surprised that my mum has a boyfriend 12 years younger than her, but he was nice and funny, so I talked to him for a while and after that I went to my room and slept until next day. Here comes the story. Today after school I decided I'm going to stop by my mum just to say hi and stuff, because I had less lessons in school and had like 4 hours of spare time. So I got on a bus and when I came to the street my mum's house was, I started to pull out my keys. Also, it's really important to say that I really often walk or do anything very silently for whatever reason. So I got to the door and tried to open the door silently, because why not, and saw my mum's boyfriend's shoes. I was happy because we could talk and it would kill my spare time. After I closed the door after myself, I opened the door to the living room to see my mum and her boyfriend having sex with these weird flower necklaces and bracelets on their bodies. I stood there for a second and slowly closed the door, and silently got out of there. Now I'm sitting on a bench in a nearby park waiting like 30 minutes and then hopefully coming back to my dressed up mum without flowers on her arms, neck or thighs. TLDR: got from school early to see my mum and her boyfriend having sex with flower necklaces and bracelets on their bodies. Now waiting in a park. Update. OMW to school RN. Forgot to post what happened yesterday. After the 30 minutes IVERYLOUDLY opened the doors, dropped my keys to make even more sound and shut the door. When I opened the door to the living room I didn't see anyone, so I Figured they were either upstairs or in the kitchen. They were in the kitchen. Mom and her boyfriend greeted me and it didn't seem they knew I SAW them. Relief. Chatted with them for like an hour or two, then went into my bedroom and for the rest of the day everything was okay. Today I plan on buying her some flowers, lol, ideally some that look similar to the ones they used. Update 2. I got Mom some flowers, roses and some others. Finally decided that I don't want to get similar ones lol, so I just chose the safe option because my mom really likes roses. She was really happy. We chatted for a bit and then I was on my way to grandma's smiley face. TIFU, by letting my kid watch prank YouTube videos, it resulted in her ruining my car tank. My 11-year-old daughter likes to watch prank videos on YouTube. I really don't care unless the videos include sexual stuff anyway. A few weeks ago, she watched a video where some dudes filled a car tank with food. Fast forward to last week. I was emptying some older gas into my car tank with a funnel because I did not want to run it through the lawnmower. My daughter thought it was the perfect chance to pull a prank when I was getting gas fourth mower and went and put a few cans of chili down the funnel. The next day I was having trouble with the engine of my company car, so I had it towed to the company garage. They ended up charging me around $3,000 to get it fixed. When I confronted her, she confessed, saying she thought it would be funny. I am now going to put restrictions on her iPad so she can't watch this kind of stuff. TLDR, my daughter put food in my gas tank as a prank.